everyone. Today, Road Trip JA will be taking you through the town of Maypen. The question is today, what was Maypen like, say 50 years ago? Or let's not say 50, 65 years ago. What was Maypen like then in comparison to now, today? We'll find out. I don't have the answer, but we're gonna find someone who will be able to share their experiences with us in terms of what Maypen looked like years gone by. Alright, stay tuned. This is something fishy. Nice weekend spot. COVID has gotten in the way of a lot of things. So where are we? We're on West Park Avenue. Okay. You know, the police station used to be here, the old police station. Of course, the Park, Independence Park. Courthouse is back there. Post office. Maypen Primary. You're wondering where we're taking you. Well, as I said before, we're taking you to some beautiful, wonderful people who will give you answers. So they will be painting a picture of Maypen to you that some of us have not seen. It was never in our era. Central High School, Sinclair's Bargain Center. Okay, today with me is the founder and principal of the Effortville basic school, my training ground, and I am proud to say she is one of the many giants, stalwart in her community. She is a mother, a friend, a sister, and an aunt to many, even to me. And so I am proud to have her here with us today, and she will be sharing with us her experiences growing up in Maypen. She was born and grown here in Maypen. So she will paint a picture to you as to what Maypen looked like in her days growing up.
Good afternoon, this is Barry. Mrs. Campbell, Aunt Rita. I was born here on 7th Road, then it was named Farm. And I attended the Maypen Elementary School back then. The school started 1928, I believe. And there, when you reach the 6th class, we have to leave to other schools or do some training, either dressmaker or so on. But my parents sent me to the Adventist school at 18 Abrams Crescent. Then where the school is now, it is Maypen Primary. It is at the same location. And behind it was the place where we do sports. And we have a small stadium there, but it is, they remove it, and there the Maypen market was not over there, and where the first part of the market, it is still there in the town of Maypen. Where we have the tax office, the revenue for Maypen, it was the clinic for the community. Maypen then be 7th Road everywhere. Now they change it and have the tax office there. And where we have the Shoppers Fair, there were homes, prominent people, and doctor's surgery, and mango tree, where whenever it's mango time, we'll just leave school and go and pick up mangoes and eat.
But I heard that Maypen was before it was a farm, was it?
Yes, that's why I say it was named Farm before it changed its name to 7th Road.
So so they had cattle there.
Right, come right up to where I am. They are cracker rearing, and they have where they produce milk, cow's milk, and so on. Yes. So, and houses then were thatch house. Some thatch house and some zinc. And the first person that have a TV and radio was my father, Uriah Williams. So when election time comes around, people will leave and come at the front of the yard, open the gate, and they would sit on the bank and they would watch TV or listen to the result of the election. Yes, so now we have the 7th Estate there. After you pass and go a few chains away, you have the 7th Estate. Then it was closed. It was closed in 1972, 74, somewhere along the line.
So at the post office, what was there? Was the post office there then?
Yes, it was there.
And the market house?
And the market, where it is, yes. And they extended, they took away the play field from the school, and then have the
an extension of the market.
Yes. Yes.
So what were the prominent stores there at that time?
You have a store named Kiva Store. It is now Parkview. Yes, and all the other buildings, there was Miss Myrtle. She passed away now. She had the bakery there. She sells bread. And then beside her at the clock, you're over on the right hand side, going back to Maypen. You have Mr. Diru, he has a store, and he was the Custos of Maypen. He passed away also. He has and he has sell hardware, was also hardware. And then you go further down on the Manchester Avenue, you have the police station. It was relocated over to where you call it the arms house. That's what we used to call it. But it was an infirmary where they have
There
people.
was an infirmary there?
Right where you see the police station now is on the other side where they have the vehicles. Yes, it was an infirmary.
That I didn't know. I did not know that.
Yes, it was an infirmary. And behind the infirmary you have the train line where train travel from Porus, Maypen to Frankfield.
Okay.
Yes, and so when we have the Independence, you have people who look forward for that morning, Independence Day. You have people from Chapelton, Frankfield, board the train, and it pass along, and we always go and meet. Some of them sit on top of the train.
Wow.
Yes, and
that must have been something to look at.
Denby showground.
Yes. So Denby was a long time thing.
Long ago. It was very interesting, and it was those days people live good. They help one another, reach out to one another. You know, the only thing is that in farm then, most people couldn't read. That's why growing up and see the condition, I decided to start the school.
Yeah.
So I started the school back then, 1964, because there were no primary school or basic school in the area. So I started the school, and I started with 6 children. 6 children were registered 1964 February. And then eventually by the September, when we were fully come in contact with parents hearing about the school, we have 167 children that were registered. And so the brethren of the church sent 2 persons to help with the kids. And the school was a bamboo school. The floor daubed with cow dung and marl, and bamboo seating and bamboo everything. And it was an enjoyable time. I've enjoyed my time there. And 13 years after we left, because the owner wanted to build, so we went to Effortville Primary now, started 1972. And so we were there for 3 months, and then the church bought a piece of land in Oliver Gardens, and there we went around, and that's where we started until now.
And might I add, that school has been a blessing to so many people, for the children that attended that school and for those who went in for training. It has truly been a blessing. You know why? Because I think she started that school from the goodness of her heart, and it overflowed into the school.
Even Maypen Post Office, coming up straight towards farm, we have they call the hill where is the Methodist church now. It was named Pipe Hill, and a big ponciana tree was there. Very dark when night come, but you can walk anyhow as nobody would trouble you.
Wow.
So we have the lounge over on the other side. And whenever they came with they call the battle, the tractor pull the battle. And whenever it is coming up, it can't go over the hill. So they have to use one at a time, come over the hill with it, then go back down and take the other part and attach it and go to the estate.
Wow.
And so eventually what happened, I don't remember which prime minister, but they came and saw the hill was too high, and so they drill it down, cut it down to the level where you see it.
And that's why it got the name Pipe Hill.
Pipe Hill, yes, very.
So at the library, was the library always there?
No, there'll be the library later on. I don't remember where it was located, but I know that the infirmary was relocated to Denby, nearby Denby Showground.
Okay.
Yes. before the hospital there.
Okay. And it wasn't that hospital, it was the older one.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, thank you so much, Auntie Retail.
Yes.
Well, viewers, I'm sure a lot of you will remember Auntie Retail from the school, the community, and the church. She is so involved, as I said, everybody's mommy, everybody's aunt, sister and friend. Thank you, Auntie Retail.
God bless you.
All right.
Whatever you do it to the honor and glory of God.
Amen. All right. Here I have with me a lady that I really look up to. She is a wonderful person inside out, beautiful, and I don't want to keep her to myself. I want to share her with you, my wonderful viewers. I am here with one of the beacons of this community. I would call her one of the giants here as well. And she has done so much. She has received the badge of honor from the Governor General, and I don't want to say much. I want her to tell you. I want you to hear from her. So keep watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Mrs. Roy, we're looking at Maypen and the other persons that I've featured already. They have shared their experiences being in Maypen, what Maypen was like 65 years ago compared to now. So, what can you tell us of your experience being in Maypen, and what Maypen was like when you came to Maypen?
Yes, when I came to Maypen in 1966, I was just leaving Shortwood Teachers College. And I got a job at Cross Primary and Junior High. At that time it was Cross All Age School. Maypen at that time, commercial-wise, you did not have a lot of business places, only a few. And there were 2 theaters in Maypen. Remember, fairly you have Capri Theater and Regent.
Yes.
Then people started getting television. So most people would go to the show now, start staying home and watching the television. I came and I lived into a new scheme that was named Oliver Gardens after the Member of Parliament, Mr. R.O. Terrier.
Oh. So by this you moved down permanently?
Yeah, no, I rented a house in that scheme. And while I was there, I got involved. Just leaving college, you want to showcase what you can do.
Yes.
And we had a garden club in Oliver Gardens that the owners of the houses would be examined for the best kept garden.
Okay. But if you were to walk from the town of Maypen to Oliver Gardens, how long would it take you?
In those days, we did not have taxi like now. So most people would walk. And there was one woman in particular that, and I sat there, I would look out for her because she's always on her donkey, leaving Effortville to Maypen to get our market things and back. Then we have a few taxis coming in, like one gentleman named Selvin, he's now departed from us, and he was very nice until other people started to run in taxi.
Okay.
Maypen, at that time, we had two factories, citrus factories
Yeah.
and Sevens Estates,
Mm-hmm.
that early morning you would hear people on the street going to citrus
Mm-hmm.
because they would have to walk and they want to reach on time.
Okay.
After a time, these two factories closed down.
Yes.
So unemployment was very rampant.
Mm-hmm.
A few people were able to get job at the tobacco farm near onto the Rio Minho Valley.
Oh.
Then business places and other small factories sprung up, but still for all,
Mm-hmm.
Maypen is still lacking even today
Mm.
for more people to be employed,
Yes.
especially the young people.
Mm-hmm.
When I came into Oliver Gardens to live, one morning I noticed
Mm-hmm.
a group of young men running in this scheme, exercising.
Mm-hmm.
In that group, there was only one clean-headed man. All of them were Rastafarians.
Yes.
And I was so taken aback because I didn't know that we had so many Rastas in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And investigating them, they said their group was known as Humble Lion,
Mm-hmm.
and they played football and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that group, today the Humble Lion Club still continues, and they have gone on to Premier League, a very good football team in Jamaica at this present time.
That is great, and it's coming right out of this community.
Yes, and
How long has it been around all this club?
when I came, they were there before, but what struck me was the Rasta,
Mm-hmm.
and they would have their flag, the Ethiopian flag, and even today,
Yes.
that is what, and they have a community center,
Mm-hmm.
and the center is painted even in the Rasta color.
Okay.
Yes,
Very colorful.
yes, it's very colorful,
Mm-hmm.
and I wouldn't mind if other young people
Mm-hmm.
in this community
Mm-hmm.
would join them and make Effortville Oliver Gardens a better
Yes.
place.
Mm-hmm. So what made you stay?
When I came, my husband was a police officer, and he, because of his work, we had to live in Maypen. And after living in Maypen in the same scheme, we were fortunate enough to own one of the houses. And because of owning the houses,
Mm-hmm.
it caused me to stay in Maypen.
Mm-hmm.
And where I was working,
Mm-hmm.
it was very comfortable, so it did not lend yourself want to seek another teaching post because the people and yourself get along well. And even in the community, the people in the community, they were so cooperative, and we were able to have different functions for children. When it was Christmas time, we would have Christmas trees for them, and we had the Oliver Garden Citizens Association. And from out of that, we were able to have an Oliver Gardens daycare center that people in the area who were working were able to leave their children there, paying a small fee.
Okay. So they would be at work.
And their children were well taken care of.
Right, knowing that
because
the
you have
children-
nurses visiting, and out of that cooperation with the people, I was rather surprised one day when I was told that they have recommended me to Custos Right to be a JP for the community.
Isn't that something?
So I became a justice of the peace
Mm-hmm.
for not even for the community, for Clarendon, but I work especially for Maypen and my community. And it's a pleasure working with the people.
Yes.
And what I gathered, if they have confidence in you, they will come and discuss certain issues
Yes.
with them.
But some people need somebody to talk to.
And even now, the young chaps, sometimes I wonder, at my age and their age group, why they confide in me to come and discuss certain
As you have a
things
listen,
with them.
you're always listening.
And
You're
I
always
take
listening.
time out, don't care how busy I am. Whenever they come, I would sit and listen to them. And there was one thing that I did. It was money-wise why I did it, but you have some children who were in this community, some boys, and I noticed they have potential, but if they were not taken up in hand,
Yes.
maybe they would go the wrong way.
And we wouldn't want
And
that.
without money, fanfare or anything, I took in 5 of them into my house to be with one of my grandsons. So they lived with me, and I am very glad they went to school, and after school, 3 of them got jobs at Juicy Patty, and then they went off to security firm. Now they are on their own, and one I was able to send him on the work and travel program to the United States of America. When he went there, he met his mother for a long period, and he did not return to Jamaica. But he still keep in touch, and we continue to guide. So I am very glad that I was able to help those children.
You were here
and
to
not-
mentor them.
and not even them, they alone. You have other children around that will come by, and I talk with them. Whatever help possible I can get, I will get it and give it to them. Right now there is one, he is 17 years old, and he is asking for some goats to rear. And one of the reasons why I am concerned and I want him to get those goats, he said he do not want to go into any gang, so he want to be occupied.
Right.
And my great concern in this community, a lot of gun violence came up, but the young men, if they have people to talk with
And help them.
and help them, they are unemployed, and as the saying say, the devil find work for idle doers.
Yes.
So if many of us could take a little time out from our busy schedule and show them some love and appreciation, I think they would be better people, and the community would be better.
Would be a better
There
place,
is
yes.
an organization that I am secretary for, and that is the James and Friends program, which is doing an excellent work
Awesome.
for the children. Some of them, their fathers are in prison. Some, they don't know any father. Some don't even know any mother. And this program send them to school, help them. And during the corona, I was taken aback. Mr. James, who is the founder, he went and he seeked some tablets
Yes.
And some of the children were able to get the tablet so that they could be attached to the school. Unfortunately, not everybody could get. A few are still out,
Oh, they need help.
but hopefully, as time goes on, those children too will be able to get the tablets.
Yeah. All right. So you were telling me of you were being honored.
Okay.
So tell me
Yes.
about that.
I doing the work of the Lay Magistrates Association. That is an association from the Justice of the Peace. They look at what you do with your community, your people, and I was one of the person who received one of the highest award from the Lay Magistrates Association, the Golden Scale Award. And I'm grateful. And although the JP work, the Justice of the Peace work takes a lot, and you have to be dedicated.
Yes.
You have to find time. You have to put away your business to help people. I feel honored to be a Justice of the Peace, and I try my best to help people. Don't care what time of the night, my phone will ring, and somebody will say, we having a quarrel, or we having this, or we having. If it is something that lends itself that I have to go,
Yes.
I will go to the house. Vice call me, and we sit down and talk. In the days, the same thing. And even the police officers, many times, when they call other JPs and they don't get them, they will hear they call and say, Mrs. Roy, we know that they might be tired, but we have such and such a case. Because when you get a job, you should try and do it well. I do not want a job for sake. I want to do my very best.
Yes.
Not to say I am a JP, no. It is to help people and to change people's mindset so that we can have a better Jamaica, a better country, and a better community.
Thank you. And folks, she's not just saying this. I am one. I can say what she's saying. I can attest to it, that she will go above and beyond to help. Thank you, Mrs. Roy. It's Maypen High School, Maypen High and Preparatory School. And we're going back out into, well, we're practically in the town, because you know Maypen is the fastest growing town, or should I say the most developed.
Fastest growing town in Jamaica.
Okay, so I was going to say, I was going to use the word develop, but Mr. Sonny said no, it's the fastest growing town in Jamaica. Well, I was going to say the fastest developing town.
Lot of wholesale, otherwise from downtown Kingston. Maybe is the capital for wholesale out of Kingston.
Yeah. This is one way, so we have to go. Oh, we can go up today?
Yes,
yeah, we can go up today. Okay. And KFC used to be at Young's Plaza. Who remember that? It's now here. What used to be here before? We have Maxi.
Movie theater used to be.
Oh, this is where the theater used to be, right? So this is. There was a store here though. I can't remember the name of the store that used to be there. This is the St. Thomas More. That's a church. This is a new plaza right here. Remember to go slow there. Remember to go slow so our viewers can see what's happening.
We're on Fernley Avenue. We hope we were able to refresh your memory of what May Pen looked like before the major changes. And for those who did not know, we also hope that you learned something new about your town. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share.